Train harder than last time. How simple can it be?
Is Greg correct about train harder than last time? I heard it so many times that now every time I go to bed, it's like having Greg in my mind screaming to me.
Train harder than last time.
After dreaming about Greg to set all night long, okay, I'm kidding. Let's get right into it. Firstly, we need to understand what training harder than last time really means. My understanding based on his videos is that train harder than last time has two main meanings. The first meaning is progressive overload, which in reality it's not really a driver of muscle growth. Sorry, Greg. Okay, wait, it's not just that. It's a bit more complicated, but I'm gonna simplify it for you so that you can understand it. Let me get my script first because I'm not good at remembering things. I have to be honest. So, progressive overload is the result of adaptation. You get stronger because your body adapts to the stress you place on it. It's an indicator that our recovery is on point and that we can recruit those high threshold big motor units that are responsible for muscle growth. And because muscle exists for one reason, force production, if you can push more weight, it actually means that you most probably gained more muscle. So even though progressive overload is not a driver of muscle growth, it's an indicator that the work we put in flows in correctly and that we most probably have built muscle. The second meaning that Greg is trying to give, at least I guess, is that
You show up to the gym, look around. If you're not training harder than most of them, you're training like and that's a cat. You need to push yourself close to your limits or at your limit.
yes, exactly that. You need to push and train harder. Now, let me explain because there is some debate on this subject. I'm gonna try to make it as simple and not boring as possible so that you don't slip out of boredom.
Train harder than last time.
There are two types of people. The one side which tells train to failure, and the other side which says you should not train to failure because science says you can grow with 3 RIR, reps in reserve. Here's the problem. Do you really know how it feels like to train 3 or 2 RIR? Almost nobody does. And especially if you are training for less than 5 or 10 years, you are underestimating how far away from failure you are training. I see so many people, they come off their exercise and they are like,
this was 2 RIR.
and then they go to the mirror, fix their hair and everything. Do you really know how 2 RIR feels? It's so hard if you train to your real 2 reps in reserve. I remember when I started training, I really used to believe that I was training to failure all the time and I was finishing my set with that angry, dramatic, exhausted face. Looking back at those old clips, I can 100% realize that I was training very far away from failure. Look, at the end of the day, the only thing that we want to achieve to build muscle is to have more mechanical tension, which is the main driver of muscle growth. And to have more mechanical tension, we need to recruit more motor units and have high force output, which all of this happens when we really train close to failure. As you progress in your training and you practice a lot, you are gonna be able to train harder and closer to failure. For me personally, I try to train close to 0 or 1 RIR. In very specific cases, I might train to 2 RIR based on my program, but that's not very often because really, you can't calculate that very easily. Even the 0, 1 or 2 RIR that I'm telling you, every day it's different, motivation is different, life hits different. So you can't 100% know these things. I try to train to my failure every time and that's what gets me results. It's more predictable, more fun and very effective for muscle growth. So Is train harder than last time really true? Of course it is. What do you want me to say? Just go out and chill? Sorry, this is not how you build muscle. So go to the gym, enjoy your life, have balance, and if you want to watch another video of this idiot right here, feel free to watch this video that YouTube suggests to you. You might like it. YouTube knows more than you know about yourself.